Here's a cool quick study using the minor blues scale. It's going to be played out of C sharp minor, so your scale should sound like this. Now normally we never ever stop on the blue note, on that blues note itself, or this note here. So if I'm busy jamming, the note tends to want to resolve. It wants to go somewhere, but in this unusual study with the chords A, C sharp minor and a G sharp kicking in later, we can actually stop on that note. Let's give it a go and see what it sounds like. Here goes. It's the intro for Cold Day in Hell by Gary Moore out of C sharp minor. I'm going to play the riff and break it down slow motion for you so we can see it and learn it. It's a really nice riff to go for, straight out of the minor blues, and the opening note is fret number 11 on the 4th string. Then you go up the scale on the 3rd, and then as you get to where the pinky's bouncing around, you're going to play that 12th fret and do a quick succession of pull-offs, like that. And you're going to end off with a 4th note that forms part of that passage on the fret 11 4th string. So far you're going to have a quick slide to the 11, and then, got that, one more time. And then after that you're going to go back to the 3rd string, going 9, 11 and ending on the 12 and sustaining that note. That note we're ending on is the minor blues note, which is quite unusual to end a phrase. It sort of implies the A7th chord, because in the background Gary Moore is busy playing the A chord, and the note G, which is this note, is the 7th note of the A7th chord. Let's do that phrase together. Now what's important as well is he actually starts on the 2nd beat. So if I'm counting, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you don't start on the 1st beat. Now the 2nd phrase is almost exactly the same, but just ends differently. It's going to go. So instead of ending on fret 12, the G note, it ends on fret 11 4th string, which is C sharp, and the chord being played is C sharp minor. So again, what we're learning about here are your chord tones. In other words, the notes inside the chord and your target notes. So when you end your phrase, it's nice to have that note actually form or imply the chord that's being played in the background. And then it simply repeats itself on that C sharp minor. And then it goes. I'm sure we could see that from the video, but those last 3 notes are simply fret 11, 2, 3, 4, fret 11, and then fret 11 again. Ooh, sorry, fret 9. I said fret 11. Okay, we got that. Now I'm going to play it one more time with the backtrack, and this is what the actual brass part of the band is doing, the brass section. So Gary himself doesn't play this. This is actually the brass, which is such a cool riff. Let's go again. What's quite good fun is in between that, if you're just jamming, is to try in the silent gaps, like after you've done, in that gap, create your own little improv. So what I'm trying to say here is something like this. I'm going to do a combination of the brass and put my own improv in between there, because it's fun and it sounds cool and it's a good exercise. It helps discipline us to know when different instruments or vocals come in. So when we can play and when we should support. So sometimes we support, being rhythm, and sometimes we lead, which explains itself. Okay, here we go. And over there, wasn't quite a bit of a fast solo, but if you listen to Gary Moore, he does fast tastefully. Also some very good slow solos as well. But listen to Cold Day and Hull, beautiful song, lots of space for jamming inside there. In the second video, we'll study through the chords. It's got some nice bar chords over there. But for now, hope you have a wonderful day. May it not be a cold day in Hull at all. And play loud. Enjoy.